Greetings and namaste. Here we are again. Still April 28th, 2022. And it is a Thursday, Uriel Aurora Day. 10:04 a.m. and we just got a heart from Gitika Agarwal. I'm very grateful to everybody so involved in this miraculous endeavor. So here's the final reveal for yet another brilliant day. The angels are asking me to speak about my journey with love and with the twin flame encounter situation. And it's always weird because whatever they like as my comment is never really congruent with the guidance of the moment that I'm getting, because I believe now that due to the distortion of the divine masculine consciousness, or maybe in the field, it is hard to tune into the actuality of what is occurring. So here's what I am guided to share regarding my journey as a twin flame. So growing up, I always had this demeanor about myself where I just smiled all the time, and I looked up, and I just went through the hallways of life, and I had a lot of admirers and people who liked me and stuff like that, who were interested in me, but I never really felt loved at all. I never really understood how other girls, could get boyfriends and hold hands and kiss and all these matters. I appreciated when I saw it happening on the outside. My love was very great inside, but I couldn't get myself to match that love in school contacts or friend contacts or whatever. So I always knew that I had a divine love. It was natural to me. And so regarding my divine love, it expressed itself at first in me being the biggest fan of some boy bands, right? Take That, Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, and then actors, Brad Pitt, yada yada, Leonardo DiCaprio, and they all were very similar in type. They all had, the blonde and the blue or colored eyes for the most part, and muscular kind. They were my dream boys, and in my, consciousness, we were dating. I mean, I had the posters all over my room and everything, and that's how I kept my spirits high, and I carried myself in school, completely ignoring what was around me, because I never really even was compatible energetically or chemically with people from that other culture. I always knew that there was something about, American boys. I'm not sure how to, and then they had the song, American boy, take me to a place I want to go someday. Take me to New York, I want to see LA. I really want to get freaky with you. You'll be my American boy, American boy. So it seems like later on, all the boys from my culture developed an aggression and a violence toward my actual true divine path and love, and they constructed a whole plan to make every possible means and way to take that away from me, to keep my maiden name and make everybody in America that is actually, because a lot of people that come forward and whatever, they're very handsome people, even my betrayers, even the police people that come and arrest me or restrain me or whatever else, they all look like they would be one of my childhood heroes, but now they're coming forward as the big bad wolf enemy protecting everything that shouldn't be protected. So it caused a severe actual rift in me, this whole situation. And the emotions are always very fluctuating regarding those matters, because as a twin flame, the female leads. So it is really difficult for the guy twin flame, is something everybody has to understand, because, because of the guy being in like 2 marriages and having 3 baby mamas and having 10 mistresses, most of which are, fake best friends of the divine feminine or whatnot, it makes everybody want to like victimize the divine feminine and evilize the divine masculine into, conceiving that, oh my God, he is so evil and you have to protect me from him. And she's insane because of him and he ruined her life. Remember that if you actually really see things for what they really actually are, it is tougher for him because he's a subservient to us. He is here to serve the feminine. He is not here in self-service or in ego. So whatever conspires in the feminine side, he has to justify, even if it's against himself. Certainly because of the fact also that since he has, male genitalia, masculines seem to have less ability to control, the flow of erectile functioning, and then they, have to surrender to things they might not really be okay with, and then pretend that pain is pleasure, which is extremely detrimental to divine masculines, and they are suffering a lot more than divine feminine ever can, honestly. And as a twin flame, I can attest to the fact that we really are actually, really are just one item. We are one person. So in actual terms, he is my divine husband. So God created him to marry me. We are already married in heaven. So this is my chance to also tell people like the FBI and whoever that I don't have resentment towards you, for the fact that I understand that in your consciousness perspective, you as federal people might not know the kind of divine love people fall into when it's a twin flame situation. And since the beginning of time, since all the atoms have been conspiring in taking that love away from me and my divine masculine, thinking that if he serves as a powerhouse tool to bang all the chicks in town and be used as a milking cow to get the rest of the females that they see as less privileged or less, advanced or skilled or blessed, rich, beautiful, applicated than myself, they think that it is a fair deal. Federally speaking, that's how commerçant people and like traders and people into finances and the fake successful people, that's how they think. They have to think irrational thoughts that are cruel, just like how the people butcher cows and chicken. If you put a child in that room, he's gonna cry. That's the first thing he's gonna, but then they teach him that, no, you gotta be strong. You gotta you gotta kill it and then eat it. And then that's how they train them to lose their humanity, to be fake successful, to remain in the family lineage tradition, to be socially acceptable. And then they played that octave very strongly, mind control over my divine masculine, to make him really totally sold off to, at any possible cost and level, sell himself short, totally give up on every single inhibition and dream and, heart call he has to come see me, sit next to me, touch me. So they made him even believe that he's afraid of the connection, which he never was. I know there is no fear between us. The moment I saw him, and I'm very difficult, I was the last girl to get my period, the last girl to get my breasts, the last girl to ever kiss a guy, the last girl to go on a date. I was always that girl. So being that girl, now I see how the other girls have programmed him to view my divinity, my gifts, my beauty, my skills, my efforts, my own mission, the sessions I give as foul, prostitution, betrayal, when I never in my life ever meant to break his heart. He thinks that I left him who loves me the most, which he does. There's no one who ever will, has, or does love me like he does. Even if he's in denial, even if he has 2 wives, 3 baby mamas, and 15 kids, it's the truth. I've lived it. I have lived the truth. Even if in front of me he would yell and deny his love, I stayed because I know he loves me. It is in the air. You can smell it. You can taste it. You can feel it. He worshipped me, not only loved me. So that being said, I also know how deep mind programming goes, because like when my dad told me my uncles were against me, I severely believed it to points I cannot describe now. But this mind programming is real, especially if they get the guy at the root chakra, and while they're doing him in communal and make him believe he's bisexual and he's gay and he's this and he's that and he's not worthy and he's like and he's not worthy of me and I'm whatever and I will leave him and I'm from a different culture, whatever they can tell the guy, he can process for eons to come. Honestly, he can justify and he can play powerhouse, enabler that is the guy Hilton Head uses to keep going in the wrong direction. And then now they opened colleges to graduate service people for the service industry. And still, if you go to the bars on the South End, the tables are dirty, the bartenders cannot smile, they cannot come forward, they cannot serve you well, because they are all entitled and an ego, because they are all now wired against this story on this island of the most disturbing type of heartbreak and betrayal and federal fraud ever conceived. Now, I was livid at the FBI for a minute and everything, but now that I understand that as rational people, they think they've been raised generationals now by these matters. Like if the dad is a lawyer, the son has to be. So even if his soul is agriculture or whatever, weather regulator or, earth keeper, gate open, whatever he might be, spiritually speaking, he shuns that to be what his daddy wants. And then generations into that, they get very angry. Their heart is a stone. So if they're hired by some federal agency who pays them to make a whole application to get my passwords to them, for them to have total power over me, is what they did. So these federal people took the power away from divine feminine to think that they know better than love, which is ego. So federal people are in high levels ego, and they think that if in their, party land, club world, a guy hurts a girl, then we're going to get the rest of the guys to all want to marry this girl, and we're going to do everything we can to never let this guy come back near to this girl at any cost. We will put a drug in her drink. We will send another guy that night next to her because her twin friend's going to be outside. We will send the best one we got. Even if he's married, we're going to ship him from Arizona, and his wife is going to agree because we will pay her to agree to keep those people apart at any chance. Yes. And that is the spirit they go by. They are fired by this spirit and tie themselves to keep suffering in the way their parents raised them to suffer. You will never be your soul self. You will always be that worthless guy your father, grandfather, and we all are. You will end up in a grave. And that's how they roll every day. They went as far as programming a bunch of kids from a bunch of countries to do everything in their power to lie about me, lie at court, lie to themselves, just to fuel the machine of the animal instead of the good. So that being said, as a divine feminine, I honor my masculine in the highest. And I want him to be the king, just like he has me be goddess queen now, because in his actions, all he ever did was not only prove that I'm the goddess queen, He gave everything of mine to other people. He helped them try to kill me just to show them my power and divinity in my resurrection. Just to show them that even if they drug me and send me drug lords and rapists, I will never, ever fall. He took every fall for me. He is the king. So, that being said, I am extremely grateful for this journey of love that since I'm a child, I've been preparing for. Now, the form he's in, he's still in illusion. He's still, even the messages of tarot that oh baby, I am regretful that I hurt you, and I thought that our connection was too real, and I freaked out. He never freaked out. It was not true. He was cool as a cucumber and composed, and he was impeccable around me every moment. It's just the outside people, and when sexually you're involved with people who themselves are scared of me and of my connection to Source and to him, and make him believe that it is him, and he justifies them so well because they cry and they breathe and they get married and they play roles and they mock me and whatever, and then he goes through motions. Actually, he gets scared, like say I'm going someplace, he's afraid that I'm gonna meet someone else, so he wants to there's a spirit of erroneousness going around. So I asked him today to be way more confident and stable in himself and actually tell the truth to the karma. It's the only way. Truth sets free. So just telling them how he actually is and feels and standing up for himself then will enable him to, any time of the day, come pick me up, hold me, call me, and they will be okay with it. He has to help them heal now. He has to be the force that takes my leadership, and we now, me and my twin flame, we have to heal the police, the FBI, the CIA, all the governments, all the churches, and everybody that is wrong and sick. So, I appreciate you, dearest, and I love you forever. And I wish I knew how to speed things up. Like, I know you possibly feel every day that, oh, now I'm gonna run and do what you expect me to do, but I don't even know what you expect me to do, honestly, because I'm only in a realm with my divine guidance, angels, archangels, and for face value. You have to understand I've been disconnected a long time from anything carnal or anything at all. So, it has been a very marvelous journey of self-sacrifice, of extreme, like every piece of my heart has been burned to pieces and ashes repeatedly. However, I still remain and I still believe, and that is something nobody can take away from me and him. So truth will set us free. And the taller we stand, the better off we are. I send him so much love and protection and divine light, and I cover his genitalia with the highest, most grandest, most radiant love. Diamond rainbow plasmatic, golden morning star divine, magenta purple, orange yellow cyan, magmatic, plasmatic, super healing love, and I shield his every spiritual body.